I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
They do. They do. Okay, so I'll recap what I did at the modeling thing here in a second, but I have to give a shout out to Denny Bronx, who ran into me at the zoo last week when I was taking the kids. They were off on a Thursday, so I was like, shit, what are we going to do? Hey, I'll convince you to go to the zoo, right? So we did that. He runs into me at the gorilla exhibit. I've never met him before. I know he follows me on Twitter. I recognize the name, okay? So he's goofing around. He's in one of those wagon things because he has his kids there, and he's sitting on it, and he's like, excuse me. He's like looking up at me. He's like, excuse me, sir. Is your name Scott DeHuff? And I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. But then I like kind of get in front of my daughter because I'm like, I don't know who this is. It's some creeper. He might have a what is that? A shank, or he might try to shank me. I don't know. Imagine me getting shanked by the gorillas at the Denver Zoo. It could happen. Didn't know who he was, so I kind of stand in front of my daughter, which later I found out pissed my daughter off. But anyway, he's just like, hey, I'm a big fan. Love what you do, and I just believe that, you know, when people do things the right way, that they deserve to be recognized, and it's good to vocalize that type of stuff. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but I was like, oh, that's nice. I appreciate it. So, Denny, thank you for listening. Thanks for being a supporter, and keep on listening. Stay out of trouble. I don't know if you get in trouble or not. Let's be honest. The way you were riding in that wagon, you probably do. You're a problem. You are a problem. So thank you again. And guys, be like Denny. If you see me out and about in the wild, it's okay to say hi. It's okay to say hi. To give you a recap, we talked about it yesterday. I went to that photo shoot yesterday, and it was photo/video shoot, okay? No, I did not wear nipple tassels. I forgot. So I show up, and we're at the new studio, and they're like, okay, so what we want you to do is, and they have like professional camera guys there. Like, they're legit, okay? They say, Scott, what we want you to do, because they're doing this with some of the other guys too. Now, the other guys had co-hosts, so they could just riff between each other. Me, I was the only one that went solo. They're like, okay, the Huff, go sit in the chair, pretend you're doing a show. Like, okay, does it matter what I talk about? Well, you know, you could talk about something. We might use the audio. We might just use the images in the video for the sizzle reel that we're putting together. I'm like, okay, but am I going to get in trouble if I start talking about detachable pelvises? Because I'm like sitting there going, what the fuck am I going to talk about? They're like, just go talk for 4 to 5 minutes. And I didn't have my computer there. Everybody else had their computers there, so they could write notes and they could just pretend they're doing a show. I'm just like shooting from the hip. I am literally ad-libbing. I'm taking anything that I can think of. So I talked about Von Miller, how Von Miller is not walking through that door to save the Denver Broncos. And they don't need him to come through that door to save the Denver Broncos. So I talked a little bit about that. Then I went into the humanoid robots, that if they really want to sell them, that they need to have a detachable pelvis that you can fuck, okay? That's what I went into, because I'm like, I don't know. And then I'm talking to the camera guy. I can't remember his name, but he was an awesome dude. And I feel terrible that, one, I didn't say bye to him, and then two, I forgot his name already. And I feel much shame. But anyway, afterwards, he's all, oh, that was pretty funny. So-and-so's going to have fun cutting through all that audio. And I'm like, wait, what? It's some lady has to go through all that and cut it up. And she might use the audio. She might not. So I'm an HR risk, okay? I don't have an HR company that I'm like I've said before, I'm a company of one, okay? then I interact with other companies that are actual companies that, have a staff and an HR department. I'm just saying I'm probably on a radar now. Like, this guy was talking about detachable pelvises on the humanoid robots. Makes sense. Very inappropriate. Very inappropriate. So you guys know me. I'm just going. And the fact that I'm just, there's times where I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, next thing you know, I'm talking about, how deep the vagina should be on these things. Can you measure the depth? Can you get that on your humanoid robot? I mean, blah, blah, blah. And then afterwards, the guy's like, yeah, Carol or whatever her name was is going to have fun going through that. Shit. I apologize to everyone involved, okay? I'm sorry. I mean no harm. I don't know what I do, okay? I'm a simple-minded fella. I just talk dirty. I do. Please don't bother me because I'm bothering you. I don't know what that meant, but I just said it. There you go. Anyway, that was really weird yesterday. I was like, oh, shit. Well, I'm going to get a talking to. Hey, Scott, remember how you did that video shoot the other day? Thanks again. But we're going to have to part ways. Oh, shit. Let's just say after all that, though, there's some great, exciting news. I can't officially announce it yet. Let's just say DeHuff Uncensored is going to be out and about a lot more, and it's going to be very convenient for you to swing by during a show, and that's going to be cool. It's also going to open the doors for a lot more convenience when it comes to getting guests on the show, because some of the guests are kind of divas and whatever. It'll be nice. I can convince them with food and beverages to sit down. I like having, if I'm going to do an interview with somebody, I like it when they're face to face with me. It makes it a lot easier. And it's just more conversational. So a lot of exciting things on the horizon for DeHuff Uncensored that involves you. Let's be honest. It involves you. So tell your friends, tell your family. Hey, guys, guess what? Big things are coming. What, though? What big things? I don't know. I am all Twitter paid and waiting. I'm on eggshells. I cannot wait. DeHuff said it's big. The news, not his wiener. Oh, anyway, bing, bing, bing. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as the like button. Remember, today's show is going to be presented to you by Roof Goat USA. Maybe you got a roofing issue or a fence issue. Roof Goat USA are the ones to go to. Also, Kirkwall Group. Go to Kirkwall Group if you need some tax. Taxes are due on April 15th. Oh, God, right around the corner. And then, they can help you with that, or maybe you need help running your business. They can handle all the bookkeeping for you as well. Also, big thanks to BetOnline. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for betting on all the madness. Oh, it's a good March Madness. I didn't say it's a good, not April, not February madness. Okay. Somewhere in between there, if you know what I mean. Oink. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, BetOnline is your ultimate game day companion. They got the largest selection of odds on everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest. They got, you got the Cinderella stories going on right now. You got hat tricks. If you're talking about hockey, they got everything. BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. It's BetOnline. The game starts here. Real quick, side note. Do you ever get somebody takes a picture of you? You're feeling good. Your body's just like, yeah, I feel good about the way I look right now. Then somebody takes a picture of you, or you're getting ready to get your pictures taken, and then you just look at yourself and you're like, oh, God. Is that how I look all the time? I'm at a weird stage. Okay, I trimmed down a bit, but I haven't been working on my muscle tone. Okay, So I got like the shirt I'm wearing right now is a little bit baggy. Don't like it. Doesn't feel right. It doesn't hang right on me. So that's bothering me. I show up to the video shoot yesterday and I'm like, my boobs look funky. What the hell? And then like, I don't know. I don't know. It just like you look at yourself and you're just grossed out. That was me yesterday and kind of today. So don't look at me. I'm hideous. I need to start doing push-ups, maybe some squats. I don't know. Get my glutes working. I'm only focusing on what I can see. God knows what other people see when they see me. You know, they're just like, oh, Jesus Christ. He clearly doesn't work out. He is a big hot mess. I'm sure that happens. Those words have been uttered in regards to me. But you know what I know is good and just feels right? It's jumping into headlines.
Let's go! Let's go!
And now, here are the headlines.
Well, so we're talking about March Madness earlier. So there's this happens like at all big sporting events. And it's kind of fucked up when you think about it. But if I was in this lady's position, I might want to jump on it. I'm just saying, you might want to jump on it. It's easy money. So Rick Pitino was a main focus for cameras during March Madness, of course, right? But there was a lady sitting right behind him with large breasts in a red shirt. That's all anybody cared about. That's all anybody cared about. They're like, yeah, can he move out of the way, please? Can we just get a nice shot? That's the way everybody's acting on social media. Pretty messed up. As a husband and as a father, that it irritates me, because if that was my kid or my wife, I'd be like, fuck off. Fuck off, you sick sons of bitches. But here's the crazy thing. They don't know who she is. They don't. So the internet is searching for her, that she'll be found if she wants to be found. Well, regardless, she'll probably be found. But a porn site is offering her $200,000. Because why, guys? Sex sells. And good for her if she wants to capitalize on that. That's not going to happen to me. That's not going to happen to dudes in general most of the time. The odds are always going to lean towards women because us guys are perverts. That's just the way it goes. You see a nice pair of legs, breasts, butt, face, whatever. Pick and choose. It doesn't have to be all the above. It does not. It does not. And we'll melt to pieces. But if it was a dude that had like, he's standing up and he has like his bulging package, most likely he's not. Unless it's like really obvious that he has this massive fucking hog just running down his leg. Unless that's the case. And he's borderline attractive. They're like, wow, look at that guy. Look at the man with the bulging package. I'm a bigwig for a big time porn company, right? I got a $50 gift card to Applebee's for you to be part of our website. And the guys would be like, yeah, Applebee's, absolutely. That's what our offers would be. He's got a, giant, schlong, and they're like, yeah, let's hook him up. Ladies, it's like $200,000. Or maybe we can negotiate and the lady could end up getting like $500,000. I don't know. It just doesn't work both ways is what I'm saying. I talked to somebody not too long ago, but the only place where the wage gap is flip-flopped, because usually, and whether you want to admit it or not, the 9 times out of 10, ladies get underpaid versus guys in industries, except for porn. And then it's opposite. because who's tuning in? It's majority dudes. I shouldn't even say that. Doesn't matter who's tuning in. The thing is, what are they tuning into? They're tuning in to see ladies. That's what they're tuning into. Guys or women, either way, they're tuning in to see. That's what people are watching is the ladies, not dudes. There's a small amount, enough for a $50 gift card to Applebee's. That's it. Could you imagine? You're like so proud of yourself because you got this massive ding dong. Ding dong. Who calls it a ding dong? You got one of those, and then like somehow it leaks out. You're in a crowd, and people are like, "Is it moving? It looks like it's moving. Whatever. Let's get that guy a deal." And then they approach you, and you're like, they slide it across the table. This is a unactivated gift card to Applebee's. Like, we will activate it if you sign right here. Oh boy, they got some good ribs and stuff. I don't know if they have ribs there, whatever. It's just interesting to me because at the end of the day, guys just melt if they see breasts.
And she showed me the boobies, and I like them too.
Yeah. You a breast guy or a butt or breasts or butt or legs? I guess it just depends on me. Like I'm fine either way. She said hi. Oh my God. She said hi. That's basically most guys. She looked at me. I think she wants me. She wants to jump my bones. How do you know? She said, "Excuse me." But the way she said it, ladies, I feel so sorry for you. Guys, we assume that every woman that gives us any glimmer of attention wants a piece of the action, okay? That's just the sadness of and truth of a dude. Most dudes, okay? United Airlines flight to China was diverted to San Francisco after the pilot forgot his passport. Kind of a big deal, dude. You're going to China. You need to get your fucking passport. The flight took off on time just before 2 p.m., but was diverted to San Francisco, landing just after 5 p.m. The 257 passengers and 13 crew members were on board, and obviously they were. I think it ended up being like 6 hours delayed because they had to get a new crew in there. I'm just saying this. That guy, he's probably gonna get fired, right? Now, when he was interviewed and they asked him, so what do you have to say for yourself?
I suck at this job.
Yeah, we know. We know you suck at this job. You got to remember your passport, dude. You're going to another country. It's not like you're going to Colorado or Montana or Michigan, something like that. You're not going there. No, you're going to another country. Dipshit. Oh, man. Could you imagine? International flights are long as it is. And then to have somebody do something like that, oh, no. Now you're even further behind. That's frustrating. Frustrating. To give you an update on a previous story, remember that dude it was in Florida. He robbed a Tiffany or robbed a jewelry store, stole some diamond Tiffany earrings, swallowed them. Well, good news. Good news. We actually hold on. I'm screwing this up. I'm screwing it up. God damn it. Okay. We actually have audio because they did retrieve the stolen earrings.
You using the whole fist, Doc?
Yes, he used the whole fist. No, he pooped it out, and then they're good to go. I'd be so mad, though, if I was the cop. The cop's just, like, sitting there, be like, really? I have to go sift through this shit? Man, what an idiot. Still think that's dumb. Don't swallow your things that you're stealing. Unless it's a hot dog, then you're like, whoa, hey, I ate a hot dog. A North Carolina man put on a bear costume because he was having an issue with a black bear that kept coming on the property, causing issues. So he's like, I'll put on a big bear costume and scare it off. That seems like a good idea. My goodness gracious.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
What could go wrong? Now, he's fine. He's fine. But here's what's annoying. There's a video of it. He puts on this and he's like, oh, go away. I'm a big bad bear. Get away. And the black bear runs off. Then he takes the head off and he's sitting there talking to the camera guy. What if the black bear comes back and has an ounce of intelligence and goes, that ain't a grizzly bear or a big ass bear. No, that's some dumbass human. And what if that black bear attacks him? Then it's on you, dummy. Just saying. You know somebody else is going to go try that. They're like, it's fine. I saw it on a video. A guy did this successfully. Now, black bears are smaller, but could you imagine somebody trying to do that to a big old grizzly? Grizzlies will fuck you up. Yeah, basically, if you see a grizzly, just, make your last wishes. I don't know. You're essentially dead. If they want to eat you, if they just want to fuck you up, they got it. Don't be the dickhead that goes and dresses up like a bear and goes and tries to shoot other bears away or other animals away. It's going to backfire. This guy, it was a success. But most likely the next time somebody does it, not going to be a success. Not going to be a success. I'm seriously staring at my shirt and it is just so baggy around my neck. It's driving me nuts. Part of me wants to just take my shirt off and do the show. But since I do this on video, shit, I might get some donations, if you know what I mean. Please do it again. Do it again. I like watching. And we got more coming your way. But first, when it comes to roof repairs, you want the best. When it comes to fence repairs, you want the best. In fact, you're going to want to go with the GOAT. Who's the GOAT? Roof Goat USA. They teamed up with Fence Go LLC, and they're ready to rock your world. They've been in business for 23 years. They understand the headache that comes with fixing a roof and fences, whether it's a repair, replacement, insurance claims. Roof Goat USA's experienced professionals are committed to delivering reliable and durable solutions, and they prioritize the safety and comfort of your family, ensuring that your home is well protected against the elements. For all your roofing and fencing needs, go ahead, contact the GOAT. There you go. I did it in the middle. You can text Eric 303-495-4630, 303-495-4630, or you can check out their website, roofgoatusa.com, roofgoatusa.com. They're extremely fast on getting back to you and setting up what you need to get done so you can figure out what they can do for you. Roof Goat USA, they're the leader in residential roofing applications. Their commitment to quality and excellence ensures that your home is protected with the best roofing solutions available. Trust them to deliver unmatched service and superior craftsmanship that stands the test of time. In fact, they guarantee their work. This is a huge selling point for me as a homeowner. 30-year coverage from install date. That's materials and labor for 30 years from date of install. That's pretty cool. You know why they do that? Because they know they do great work and they want to make sure that you're happy. That's what they're about, and that's really cool. Again, you can text Eric 303-495-4630, 303-495-4630, or just check them out on their website, roofgoatusa.com. Again, go there right now. You know what? Whether you need a roof repair or a fence repair right now, go check them out. Go check out their website, roofgoatusa.com, and see what I'm talking about. Experience the Roof Goat USA difference today. Sorry, I am terrible at goat sounds. Not that I'm really good at animal noises in general. What was I doing for Owl Pipe ID? Somebody was like, no, that's not an owl. That's more of a pigeon. Like, fuck off. I don't care. I'm not an animal expert. By the way, I love those guys. I don't mind giving Owl Pipe ID some extra love. They're good people. They are, Rhea, you're so awesome. Again, doesn't matter that they're not my sponsor right now. If they do good work, they deserve praise, and I'm all about promoting small business. So Owl Pipe ID, go check them out, owlpipeid.com. You're welcome. You're welcome. I love you guys. You're good. You use good people. Use good. Hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second. Bear with me. I forgot to plug something in. This is not awkward at all. I love you. So please be patient. Your call is important. Your call is important. I want to be the guy that does the on hold messages. Your call is important. Are you dying? Welcome to 911. How bad's the blood? Be ready to speak to an operator soon-ish. Your call is important. Have you died yet? Right? You know, like, oh, fuck. Sorry, I forgot to plug in my camera for power. So it was just like, it's about to die, dummy. I'm like, oh, shit. So check this out. I'm one of the individuals that had to, take notice of this. Remember the DNA testing site 23andMe? They officially filed for bankruptcy protection. Okay. And their CEO and co-founder just up and quit. And really what's going to end up happening is, well, and also too, not too long ago, they had a data breach and they claimed that none of the DNA files were accessed by the hackers. But what I'm getting at is the DNA information is at risk. So there's potential that if you donated to this and you wanted to get the information like I did, that your DNA could be accessed by the next highest bidder, whoever that might be. And or the site might become more vulnerable due to the chaotic nature of what's going on. And your DNA could be accessed. Now, what I did is you can go on to, I haven't looked at that shit in forever, so I had to re-download the app, logged in, went to settings, and then there's a thing near the bottom of settings that says like delete data. So you click on that, and then you have to scroll to the bottom. And it says like, are you sure you want to delete your data? The data that I haven't looked at in like, say, 4 years. Yeah, I don't fucking care anymore. Somebody bought me this for a gift. I thought it was really cool, but then it just I just lost interest in it. Don't really care anymore. Then I just deleted it and submitted it. Then it sent me an email saying, hey, yeah, you deleted it. Apparently that's okay to do. That being said, I'm sure there's a vial somewhere that has my DNA. And what I'm getting at is, in theory, somebody could grab your DNA, or in this case, my DNA, get it cloned, make some subpar soldier for a secret mediocre army. That's what's going to happen. Like we really need an army that just kind of is there, and they're like, the word I'm thinking of is meh. Right. Ooh, I got the perfect candidate. This guy's Scott the Huff. He donated. If you're talking about meh for a soldier, this is the guy. His body's going to break down before, he's even 40. Yeah, just terrible. Terrible genes. It's awful. That would that would be horrible. They're like, fine. They get my DNA mixed up with somebody that is like a Army Ranger or something like that. Somebody that's like badass and fully fit and highly skilled, and then they accidentally get mine, and they're like, let's put it into the machine and create a clone, and then you I don't know, super sciencey. Next thing you know, it's fully evolved all of a sudden, right? Because they can do that. It's our fantasy world right now. And then they're like, oh, look at him. All right, soldier, go do some soldiery things. And I'm like, nah, I don't know. Ooh, ow, I'm tired, guys. Can we just do it a different way? This is not fun. Ugh. You want me to run? Oh, gross. Yuck. No way. Are you concerned about that if you did 23andMe? I guess the other thing that you could think about is if somebody gets their hands on your DNA, that in theory, they could plant your DNA somewhere or exchange your DNA information with someone that is a criminal. In theory, I think that's what a lot of people are worried about. I guess it is possible. It is. But I don't know. I went in on the thing is, guys, I did that a while back. I just went on there this morning and deleted my data. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to live in fear because I spit into a vial for a company that went under. Not the first time I've spit into a vial, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Guys, You guys ever donated fluids? I have. It's really awkward. I did that a long time ago. You can guess what fluids I'm talking about. The first time was at a hospital, and it was a shared bathroom. Yeah. They're like, here, go in there. I was like, do you have a special room or magazines or anything? They're like, no. There's a bathroom down the hall. Go in there. Make sure you lock the stall door. I'm like, excuse me? Usually nobody goes into this bathroom. You should be fine. So I'm in there trying to do my business, and then somebody starts shaking the door. They came in, and I'm like sitting there with my dick in my hands, and then they're trying to get into the stall. Like, this isn't normal. So I reluctantly did my business and just put it on the table. Like, there you go. I don't want to ever do that here again. Then one other time, we went to an actual facility, a fertility clinic, and I went into the designated room, one of the designated rooms, and I sit down on the whitish couch, leather couch, and I look next to me, and there's a poop smear. Like, apparently some guy was doing his business in there, had his drawers off, and didn't wipe his ass. And it looked like he's just slid off the couch because it was like midway through and then just ran about 10 inches down off the couch. Like, what the hell? So they got a horrible visual of that. So I had to go tell them, apparently you guys don't clean these rooms in between individuals. That's disgusting. That's how diseases get spread. I'm just saying. Anyway. That's what we call a crazy right turn. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, before we get into sports and the mailbag, if you're running a business and you need help with the back of the house stuff, or maybe you just need help with your taxes in general, okay? Whether you're a small business or not, you need someone with experience and is trustworthy. You need the Kirkwall Group. They've been in business for over 30 years. Richard and the Kirkwall Group understands that you and your business deserve someone who's efficient, timely, accurate, cost-effective, focused on your success, and is working to save you money. Kirkwall Group can help you with your bookkeeping, accounting management services like CFO, controller, accounting manager, projects and support, as well as tax planning and preparation, income, property tax, sales, use tax, all the tax stuff, okay? Listen, I don't know what I'm talking about. Richard and the Kirkwall Group, they know everything. They do. They smart, me dumb, okay? Go to kirkwallgroup.net right now, kirkwallgroup.net. see what they can do for you. Like I said, taxes are due April 15th for us individuals out there. They can help you. In fact, if you sign up now for a free consultation with the Kirkwall Group, if you go to kirkwallgroup.net, sign up for that free 30-minute consultation. If you do it before April 15th of 2025, your name's going to be put into a hopper, basically a big old hat is what I'm envisioning. And they're going to do a drawing for a free Chromebook. That could possibly be yours. Hey, no guarantee, but why not try? So check them out. Again, kirkwallgroup.net. It's Kirkwall Group. They count what counts for you. You know what we need to do now? I didn't change it out. I said I was going to do it, but you know what? Who cares? Let's jump into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
I was just looking online, and I'll have to double check that nothing crazy has happened since I'm talking about it right now. As of right now, Aaron Rodgers has yet to be signed by a team. It sounds like it's between the Steelers and the Giants, and things aren't getting done. I would be so happy. I know I'm a dick, but I would be so happy if both of those teams, if the Steelers and the Giants were like, you know what? Nah, we're good. We've been seeing some good things, one with the combine and these pro days. I think we got a good chance at a good rookie quarterback. We're good. Never mind. See you later, Aaron. Then Aaron Rodgers' agent's going to be like,
You done messed up, Aaron.
yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day. I was just like, who wants Aaron Rodgers? And they all said the same thing. It's a good question. Really, why would you? When you look at it, it's like, why? And I know I'm on this bandwagon of hate for Aaron Rodgers. But I don't feel like it's really a bandwagon when you look at the national media members are on his junk constantly. Like, oh, it'd be so great for a team to get him. Like the Steelers would go to Super Bowl contenders. I don't know. I just feel like he is such a toxin that you would be adding to your team that would be bad. Imagine your team. I know I got a lot of people up in Michigan right now. Would you want Aaron Rodgers at the helm of the Detroit Lions? I'm going to go with no, because they're really fucking good with Jared Goff. And he's younger. I don't want Aaron Rodgers out there who is barely younger than me. He's 41 years old, which is really old in football years. Yeah, he may have fucked himself. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, so far as of right now, he has not signed with anybody. But the clock's ticking, man. Eventually, people are going to go, you know what? Nah, we good. We don't need Ron. No. There's a lot of hype around Shedeur Sanders going to possibly the Giants. That has been amplified because apparently Deion Sanders yesterday said something in some sort of interview. I couldn't find the actual sound of it. But apparently he said, where was it? Deion Sanders on where he believes his son and, excuse me, I just yawned. I don't know why. Deion Sanders said where he believes his son will be drafted. He said, let's hope New York. That might be old. Maybe it's just recycling. I feel like he said that before. And to be honest, either New York team would benefit from having him. And if any individual could handle the bright lights and the scrutiny of the New York atmosphere, it Shedeur Sanders. I think he would do well with either of those teams. And I would be excited if I was in that fan base, if they got him. So we'll see. So it's It'll be interesting to see where Cam. I mean, it's not like there's a bunch of schlubs out there. You got Cam Ward. He's looking pretty good. Speaking of that, the Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders Pro Day that's going to be hosted at Folsom Field for the CU Buffs is going to be on April 4th, and it's going to be broadcasted live on NFL Network. Listen, I know everybody hates the CU Buffs, unless you're a CU Buff fan. But everybody gets sick and tired of Deion Sanders. But if you're one of those individuals that is playing for that team, if you're one of the parents of those kids, you're loving that, because that's a lot of attention that can be focused on your kid that can help them in their career. And it kind of sucks for these other organizations, these other universities. They don't get the same amount of attention. Don't blame Deion on that. Blame the networks. So I think that's cool. It just really tells you where the CU Buffs are. Now, that being said, we'll see where we're at next year at this time with the CU Buffs. What's the vibe around the Colorado Buffaloes football team this time next year? What's Deion's legacy moving forward, since he doesn't have his son, who, whether you want to admit it or not, is a really good quarterback? He doesn't have Travis Hunter, who won the Heisman. Without those two huge pieces, what are the thoughts on the CU Buffs? We'll see. I hope it's good. I don't want them to fail. I love the direction that it seems that the CU Buffs are going in. And I know so many people out there are just wanting Deion Sanders to fail because, well, there's several reasons. One, there's like he's always talking. He's very energetic, and he's just really kind of feels like he's taking attention away from the students or the athletes, which I feel like when you actually stop and listen to him, you realize that's false. That's false. Maybe the media might throw out clips out there of those big moments of Deion saying something. But if you listen to an entire press conference, they're just picking out the things that are just going to sell. And I'm just as guilty as anybody for doing that type of thing. But you listen to the entire press conference, he's propping up his kids nonstop. Kids as in his players. The other reason, which I always find it interesting, you let somebody talk and you're like, why do you hate Deion Sanders? Blah, 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 black coach. Okay, sorry. Some of you don't want to admit that, but that's what ends up happening. Okay, so you're racist. That's what it goes down to. Okay, just admit it. Learn from it. Realize that that's a stupid thing. You don't need to judge somebody because of that. Christ. Don't be a dick. How about that? I just want the CU Buffs to do well. And I'm excited for what Deion Sanders can do this next season. I'm also nervous for him because all this me rah-rahing for him and the university can blow up in my face if they go and win one game next year. You'd be like, fuck. How do you defend that? Sorry. This is awkward. I don't think that's going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. The CU Buffs will have a successful season. I'm going to guarantee that they make it to a bowl game, okay? It is March 25th, 2025. The CU Buffs, at the end of this upcoming season, will indeed make it to a bowl game. Okay? There you go. Take it to the bank, okay? Go to betonline.ag and go ahead and make that bet. I think you could probably make that bet right now. Anyway, real quick, let's do this. We haven't done this in a little bit. Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
All right, so I posted this on Twitter, and I'll continue to read these as they come in throughout the week and even into next week if we have plenty. I said weird things that freak you out. And the reason I brought that up is, I need to pull up my email. The reason I brought that up is in the back of my head is that I'm going to be in a moment where everybody's going to be focused on me. They're like, you did something great. You just saved somebody's life. Congratulations. You are a hero. And there's a microphone stuck in my face from a news agency, 9 News here in Denver, Colorado, something like that. Channel 4, I don't know. Fox 31, they're all good. Denver 7, I had to get it in there. I almost forgot them. And they're like, DeHuff, what do you have to say? And then I say something like, I saved his buttocks. Like, what? No, it's like something dumb, something completely moronic is going to pour out of my mouth. And I'm just going to be like, oh, Jesus Christ, is this iconic? Like this is what I wrote. I said, I'd say something really lame. Like I beat up a bad guy, right? That's what I did. Okay. That I kicked the guy's buttocks. I kicked the guy's buttocks like Forrest Gump. That's what it's going to happen. I'm going to go into some dumb voice. I kicked his ass. No, that's like a weird fear of mine. I'm fearful of myself is what I'm getting at. Because I will be the guy that says something dumb. Or I have there's some times where I get anxiety. And I've told you guys this before. I've dealt with it a long time. It's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Got a little bit of nervousness yesterday, but it wasn't anxiety. It was just nervousness when I had to go do that 5 minutes of freestyle on a microphone. But I would say that was just nervousness because I wasn't fully prepared. Whereas if it was anxiety, I would have just been like, I need to leave. And I would have found a way to leave. But I just, those moments curl up. And I could see me, whether I say something stupid or just, I'm like, I don't know. Sir, you saved this child from a burning building as well as their puppy dog. How did you do it? You jumped out of a 2-story window. No one was harmed. You, sir, are a true hero. What would you have to say about that? I did good. No. That's me happy. That's what would happen. I'd freeze up. So I put that out on Twitter, and Bugsy replied with weird things that freak him out. Owls, the eyes, the fact that they can spin their head around. They can, that is pretty freaking creepy. Also, Bugsy, to add to your fear of owls, have you ever seen when somebody pulls up the feathers or on their legs? It's fucking weird. They have these like real skinny legs. Something that you would, because you don't see their legs. You pull up pull up the skirt on that owl and you'd be like, whoa, Jesus, that's fucking bizarre. Bugsy also wrote water, as in seas and oceans. I am 100% behind you on that one. If it is a large body of water, especially the ocean, there's just too many things in there that can get me. That's the way I look at it. And as somebody that capsized in Australia on a kayak back in the day and later found out that it was known for having sharks in there, and I was in that water for approximately 10 minutes just dangling off the kayak because my life vest was screwing me up because somebody loosened it and it was over my head and I couldn't get in. So I just think about that moment, and I think about all the other stuff just from watching TV and like Shark Week, stuff like that. I know there's too many things in the ocean that can get me. There was a few years ago that I don't remember. It might have been in Florida where somebody took a picture of a rattlesnake swimming through on the shore on the water up against the shore, and it's just like swimming along. I send my buddy Chad Brown, who's a former NFL star, but also a reptile genius. And I was like, dude, rattlesnakes can swim? He's like, yeah, they can swim. Snakes are basically a giant lung, is what he said. It's just they can swim. If they want to swim, they'll go for a swim. And I'm like, that's fucking frightening. And then the more you look into that, there's been people out on kayaks or canoes or whatever. They're in the middle of like an ocean, and then what swims up on them? Like a fucking venomous snake. That's just snakes. Meanwhile, there's octopus, there's sharks, obviously, gators, depending where you're at, and who knows what else, okay? One of those swordfish things. Remember that lady that she was on a fishing boat, and a swordfish jumped out of the water and stabbed her right in the vagina? Remember that? That happened like 3 years ago. That was one of the stories that I was like, I need to just stick to the weird headlines instead of trying to do other shit. Because if you listen to the beginning of this podcast, the beginning, say, first, I don't know, like 50 episodes or so, I was always trying to do a theme and do big stories. And that meant I only did one a week or something like that. Then I was like, there's so many stories I'm missing out on, these funny stories. And then I was like, I can do those. I do four shows a week now where I'm doing that, because there's so much craziness to talk about. So that was one of the stories that I was just like, oh man, we got to keep doing this. This is just hilarious. She got stabbed in the vagina, and now she has little baby guppies. That's how Aquaman was conceived. True story. You're welcome. Okay, I'm just spitting facts, right? As I know them. So thank you so much, Bugsy, for tuning in or for chiming in. If you guys want to interact with the show, I love it when you do. You can always direct message me on social media if you want to do it that way, at DeHuff Podcast. You can hit me up on email as well if you want to make it a little bit more private. You can do dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. If you listen on Spotify, I encourage you to interact that way. One, I get the messages and I'll respond back to you. Also, it helps with the algorithm and it helps pump out the show to new listeners and makes this thing keep chugging along and reaching a new, bigger audience. Because eventually I want this thing to be, yes, we're dominating Colorado. I want to start dominating the whole Rocky Mountain region. Then I want to start just, I want everybody to be listening to this show because we have a lot of fun on here. The main objective of this show is to put a smile on your face. If you're having a rough day, I was just talking to Bill the other day. Bill was telling me, he's like, man, I was having a rough day. Then I tuned into your show and it just put a smile on my face. Yeah. If for 30, 40 minutes, however long this show ends up being, if you can forget about the chaos, the nonsense of your world for that amount of time, hey, then we're doing it right. So if you want to interact, maybe there's something fun you want to share. Maybe there's something weird you want to pass along. Maybe hey, I like talking about spooky shit too. I love doing that. It doesn't matter what it is. If there's just something that you want to get my opinion on, whether it's somebody like, hey, do you hate people that don't put their grocery carts back into the corrals? I hate those people. I do. If you're one of those people that it bugs you or you find it necessary to do so, to just leave it wherever, let me know. Shit like that. I like I like interacting with you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much to Bugsy for joining the show today. Good job. If you want to be like him, again, hit me up on socials at DeHuff Podcast, as well as DeHuffPodcast@gmail.com. Either one works. Big thanks to you guys for listening or watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. Big thanks to Roof Goat USA. Check them out, roofgoatusa.com. Great website that they got going on. Makes it easy for you to set up an appointment so they can come out and check things out and see what the next step is for you. Okay? It's really nice, and they're great people. Also, big thanks to Kirkwall Group. If you have some tax issues, you got taxes right around the corner, or if you need bookkeeping help, they're the people that take care of you. Kirkwallgroup.net. And remember, if you get your name in the hopper by setting up a free, oh my God, I just, consultation. That was fake. I did a fake cough because I was like, oh, I forgot what the word was. Then I'm like, sorry guys, I have the black lung.
I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob. It's not very well ventilated down there.
That's from Zoolander. You're welcome. Anyway, yeah, so I faked that cough so I could remember it. Get that consultation set up with Kirkwall Group before April 15th of 2025, and your name will be thrown in a hopper for a chance to win that Chromebook. Also, big thanks to Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Hopefully you had a good day today, courtesy of the DeHuff Uncensored podcast. And remember, if you see me on the street,
hey man, got a big box of porn for you.
That's what I expect. Okay, you got a big box of porn. Oh, DeHuff, hey, how's it going? Got a big box of porn for you. I don't know why I played that, but you're welcome. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.